Welcome to another peek at the future, Planetside 2's Peek at the Possible. Today we're looking at those Galaxy utility changes. That's the addition of a proximity repair and proximity ammo dispenser, some of the changes to the secondary weapons on main battle tanks and Harasser, and finally a look at the few cosmetic items for vehicles that are currently on PTS. Here you can see the proximity repair system. Actually equipped to a Galaxy. You've got some cosmetic effects as well there, looking kinda neat. So from a distance, not only have you got the normal mechanic symbol for repair, you've also got that kind of cowling over the back of the Galaxy as well. Looking kind of cool actually. So with the help of someone on PTS, Mr. Taken, we set about testing this. And it's quite simple to hover in the air above tanks and things at that sort of range, and you're repairing them really quite quickly. No problem at all. So Galaxy passes over strings of tanks or other vehicles suddenly becomes a bit of an option. Not only that, but air to air as well. So think about something like indoor excavation. It's always been quite popular to have Galaxies at max height, just letting people spawn and drop onto the tower. Well, now you could have, a couple repairs, one ammo, and you've essentially got really quite a powerful setup there. But there you go, I deliberately harmed that Mozzie. Even at a reasonable distance, it's taking repairs. Seems really quite effective. And here you can see the ammo cosmetic edition. Slightly more kind of rugged and stuck out. Do think it's a nice addition to have some cosmetic change, not just those symbols on the side that we're used to from the Sunderers. So we empty the top guns a bit, just to waste a bit of ammo, and then fly the gals next to each other just to see how quickly those gals really do resupply each other. And the answer is really quite quickly. If you both had ammo in your gals, you can pretty much fire forever. So now we're looking at some of these secondary changes to main battle tanks and harassers. So the G30 Vulcan, that's actually had its cone of fire reduced. So just looking at enemy tank, Vanguard, roughly 200 meters away. This is the sort of damage that it's putting out. About a third, something like that. And that's front on in the Vanguard as well, so they're pretty, well, tanky when they're front on. So let's try against a Harasser here. And yeah, that's a bit terrifying if you're a Harasser. This is maximum magazine size on it, so this is as terrifying as it's ever going to be. And to give you an idea of what it's like against air vehicles, about 290, 300 meters away, that Galaxy, as you can see, that Vulcan is as effective against aircraft as it ever has been. And last but not least, that's the side of a Lightning. It's one magazine. Of course, this is all on PTS and all in the VR zone, so nothing has upgraded armor of any kind. But yeah, if you're a Lightning, do not get close. So here we are looking at the Enforcer. One of the other changes you can see is that they've actually altered the way that the optics are bought through certs and whatever. So now if you want the 2x scope, you can buy that directly. You don't have to buy the 1.5 and then up to the 2x. You can just go straight with the 2x. And your certs should be refunded as well if you bought it that way. So this is the Enforcer versus a Lightning at kind of 3/4 angle. And you can see it's really very effective. It's got a kind of pump action shotgun reload going to it. So the ammo is reloaded sequentially and at any time. So you've got a full magazine of 8 shots, and then as soon as you get down to 0 shots, it then forces itself to reload. But that means that essentially, once you get down to 1 shot, you've got reduced firing for as long as you have ammunition. You can see I'm just spamming that button. So as soon as it's getting to 1 shot, it's going back down to 0 again. So you can fire roughly at this frequency as long as you have ammunition. So if you want to bombard an area and don't want to fill the magazine up again, you can fire at this frequency. There isn't much cone of fire on this as well, so the shots are going roughly in the same position every time. So I can see NC really liking this. And as you can see, it'll absolutely tear through a Sunderer as well. So here we have the Canister. And you can actually hear there's a audio bug. Impact on infantry. Seemed to give a kind of strange audio glitch. But I did slash bug that, so hopefully that won't make it to live. And this has the same reload mechanic as the Enforcer. Kind of pump action shotgun, shell after shell kind of vibe going on. So wait for it to reload its full capacity or fire at that reduced rate again. As you expect from this class of gun, doesn't do anything to my battle tanks. But we all remember a time when the Canister was not very good at all. I have to say, this seemed really effective, just using the VR zone. Not a long-range weapon, as you might imagine, but if you get lucky with the clustering of the shots, it's not that bad. This is on a 2x scope as well. But if you look at these guys next to the tree here, if you wait for it to reload, you can really sort of saturate an area. And here we have the Canister on the Vanguard. Same mechanic as before. So you can reload at any time, or fire until it's depleted, and then spam the button, and you will get that reduced firing rate again for as long as your ammo pool survives. And as you can see, it's not bad at range. There is a bit of drop, and that's on a 2x scope, so the chances of you wanting to engage at that range at all seemed a bit slim anyway, but it is possible. But close range, it absolutely tears through. Just ridiculous. So instead of magazine size, because we're waiting for things to reload, that sort of bump stop once the magazine's depleted, I think maybe reload speed might actually be more effective. So I decided to give that a quick run as well. So now we only have 10 shots. But once we get down to 0 and it starts auto-reloading, or if we set off that reload ourselves, that should be much faster now. So we just watch the ammo count in the corner. That is really quite fast. But that speed there is effectively the speed you can fire forever. Well, until your next 200 shells. And for me as a TR, that's plenty fast. That's fast enough for you guys, that's for sure. And onto the VS, we have the Proton 2 PPA-H. It's had both its recoil reduced and its max cone of fire reduced as well. So further improvements. Reasonably easy to be accurate as long as you're tapping it. It does have some bloom, but of course there's no drop on those shots, so. But if you spam the button, that cone of fire blooms like crazy. Although it has been reduced. But it's got that splash as well. So short to mid range, this thing's really great. And now we have the normal PPA on the Mag Rider. Its recoil reduced even further than the one on the Harasser. The max cone of fire has been reduced to the same level as well. And in particular, just look at how it destroys that mosquito. That's uncomfortably quickly. And here we have another cosmetic item for the Harasser. This is the Harasser Night Patrol Windshield. And you know I'm a fan of these more realism-based things. It's a nice little searchlight. Nice little searchlight just to go on the side of the Harasser there. And next up for the Harasser we have the Wolfhound Mudguard plating. Sort of mudguard idea on the outside of the wheels. These are visible from on board as well, which is kind of nice. And they take the camo as well, as you can see. It's got that real beach buggy vibe going on now. And next up, everyone's favourite bus, the Sunderer. We have the Sunderer charged bumper. A bit like a Sunderer and a gas mask, really. It's got those, I guess, AirPods on the front. They take the camo as well, as you can see. But I think that's going to look quite cool on Harasser with all the gas and stuff around. Looks like it's ready for business. Next up we have the Sunderer logistics support. This has got that kind of plating that we saw last time on the Lightning. Anti-explosive plating. But also a nice addition of a lifting hook as well. So thank you very much for watching this latest peek at the future. I'm always on the lookout for new updates and things on PTS. This is slightly longer than I wanted to leave it before I did this newest video, but I had some PC changes to make, so things took a little bit longer than I anticipated, so apologies for that. Someone did also ask about the main battle tank cosmetics that I'd missed out some last time. Well, I checked on PTS and I checked live. Everything that's on PTS now is on live. So if you want to have a look at cosmetic items for your main battle tank, check them out in the VR zone on live servers, where you can have a look at them yourself. They're all on there, there's nothing left on PTS. But as soon as that's updated, I'll of course cover them again. So thank you once again for watching this peek at the future. If you liked it, why not hit that subscribe button? It really helps me out. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at LCTRGames. And I'll see you next time. Take care.